Hello, 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 everyone. I am Denise Evans. This is the Make and Change podcast, and we are back. Thank you for taking time out of your evening. Happy hump day. So let's get into it. I am getting ready to invite my guest. Just to give you all a tidbit, and I'm hoping that you all can hear me. So when I initially decided to do uh, the Make and Change podcast, my inspiration came from knowing that there are heroes who walk amongst us every day, guides as normal people. But there's nothing average about them. They vibrate at a much higher frequency, and in turn, they elevate those around them. They are selfless in their contributions to their community because the way they are set up and their personal mantras are not just set in, not just looking back, but reaching back and giving back. They are dedicated and hardwired to overcome any obstacle that is before them. Oftentimes, they are very ahead of their time, and they are bold in their beliefs. So I am so honored to have Marnesha Hall here with us today. And just to give you a little feedback on how Marnesha and I know one another. Lonnie Ford, my cousin who I interviewed back in February. He's a fullback at USC. He was also a part of the LA Avengers. He turned me on to his cousin. Now, I remembered Marnesha vaguely from Madrone. Madrone is Black Oak. The skyline is San Diego. What I didn't know was all of the incredible things that Marnesha was doing. So then I decided to go to her page and get a full bar. What Marnesha is doing on so many levels is revolutionizing how we look at fitness, especially for someone like me. The generation that I come from, we were not big on physical fitness, and the truth of it is that we spent all day outside anyway. So for the most part, we were fit. What is so unique about Marnesha and her generation is that they don't shy away from having the conversation about mental health. They don't shy away from talking about anxiety and depression. They are open about their triggers. And they have brought this conversation to the forefront. What makes what Marnesha is doing is so epic is the fact that she is incorporating this positive mindset into everyday workout sessions. You can tell that she holds herself to the highest standard. You can also tell that she is completely committed to what she is doing in the fitness world, and I am just blessed to be able to have this conversation with her, blessed for her to be able to give us a bar on not only what brought her into this world of fitness, but all the things that she has on the horizon. So right now we are waiting to get Marnesha in the room. Let's see here. Oh, okay. And Marnesha, it's saying that you need the latest version of Instagram. So I don't know if you were trying to log on from your laptop. I am currently logged on and signed in from my cell phone. So that might be the best way for you to join us, but I can't wait to get you in here. And we have gotten a chance to kind of converse back and forth over this last week or so, and I am truly inspired. When you go to the page, the first thing you feel is energy. You want to exercise. And my truth is that I haven't exercised. You can tell that I don't turn down any meal. I turn down nothing but my collar. But she gets you engaged. You want to be a part of this process. But I can tell that she starts in the mind. And everything that she is pushing out is positivity. I know that she has some really amazing things on the horizon with the community in which she serves in Long Beach. And we are going to deep dive into all of that. Okay, let's see here. And here comes Marnesha. Marnesha, thank you so much. Let's see here. It is giving me the request to let you in. All right. Hi there.
Oh, hey, how's it
How,
going?
how are you?
Hey, I'm blessed. I'm here. I'm blessed. Thank you again for having me. I'm so excited. So, yeah, thank
Look,
you.
thank you for being a
So
part of
highly
this.
of me. I was like, wow. Thank you.
That's That's what we do. That's what we do. Look, I always fumble with this technology. So I'm just glad that you are here. I'm honored to interview you. I see the impeccable things that you are doing, and it's just absolutely amazing.
Thank
And let's just get into it. You know,
you. Do
tell
it.
the people anything you want to tell them about you and your background.
You want me to just jump into it?
Yeah, just jump into
All
it.
right, let's jump into it. So I am Marnesha Hall, owner of M Hall Athletics. Um, yeah, right here, located here in Long Beach. I provide all the services, mental health, physical health. No, but
Good.
a little bit about me. So yeah, so prior to doing personal training, I have a background. I have a extensive background history in just physical fitness in general. I played basketball up into college. I went to San Jose State, graduated from there. And then I was working in the mental health field for 10 plus years. As of recently, when I say recently, I mean of September 22, I decided to take a leap of faith and go full force in my business. I was having a very hard time of balancing both. And so I decided to, I prayed on it, went to church. And I remember one specific service, he literally said, there's somebody out there that's thinking about taking a leap of faith. Here's the word. This is me telling you to go take it. God's telling you to go take it. So that was
Mm.
enough for me. Maybe a couple weeks later, I put in my notice and I said I'm out September 2nd. And it was scary. It was scary. And, I've had moments where I didn't know if I was going to make it, and
Yeah.
I thought that, I made a terrible decision. I thought that I wanted to go back to the workforce. I think the first week out, I was like ready to go back to work because I was just not used to having so much me time, right?
Yeah.
And then that pushed the situation that you have to sit with yourself. You have to sit with yourself, and you have to really get to know you. And I remember I told my friends, my closest friends, I said, more than anything, I wanted to know who I was going to become after this. And I can honestly say, with everything inside of me, it's the best decision that I've ever made in my life. I've grown
I
as a
love it.
person. I've met so many beautiful people, so many amazing people who have helped me on this journey. And it gives me chills even thinking about it. I'm so blessed. God has really guided me this whole way, and I've just been following his steps ever since. And I'm reaping the benefits, and I love it. It's not
Hey,
easy.
I love it.
It's not easy.
It's not.
I love it.
It's not, especially when we talk about that leap of faith. And I'm glad you said that because there are so many people right now who are teetering
Mm-hmm.
on taking a chance on themselves. So the fact that you are just reinforcing that, once the message comes,
Yeah.
follow your gut
Follow
and
your
go with it.
and go with it.
Now, what I love about you already is that you've already answered like two of my first questions, right?
I told you I talk. I told you I talk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, not at
Passionate
all.
about what I discuss. So, and I want people to really understand that it wasn't an easy decision, and it's not an easy path, but it's so worth it when you believe in yourself and you know that at the end of the day, you're going to be okay, So, but go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you are perfect. You are absolutely perfect. So look, I can hear the passion in your voice. What is your motivation? What keeps you motivated on a daily basis to not only work out and improve yourself, but to pay that forward for other people?
Honestly, when it comes to mental health and physical health, I came out of a very, very dark spot. As many of you guys know, and most people who follow me know that I lost my older brother at a very young age. And at that age, wasn't able to identify that I was going through a deep depression. I had been playing basketball for so long, and basketball was always kind of like my scapegoat. I never really took time to heal myself and to really process losing my brother. And so as I'm going through college, I'm just kind of going through the motions, just kind of going through things. And then once I stopped playing basketball, everything kind of hit me like a brick wall. I hit a brick wall, a very, very deep depression. I was no longer playing basketball. I was inconsistently physically active, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. And so I started playing basketball again. Started getting back in the gym. And what I realized is there's a big correlation between physical health and mental health. If
Yes,
when
yes.
you neglect one, you neglect the other. When you take care of one of them, you take care of the other. And so that was the biggest driving force to me, because honestly, physical fitness, and I know it's cliche, and I know people say it all the time, but it legit saved my life. Because when at my darkest days, I would go to the gym, and people used to praise me like, "Oh man, you going to the gym at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're dedicated." But what people didn't know is, no, I was saving myself. I
Yeah.
didn't have any option. I didn't want to sit in my thoughts, and the only way to really battle anything was to hit the gym. And then as I started working in mental health, I just realized more and more how important the two are, and how it's so important to take care of your physical health just as much as it is to take care of your mental health. And you
Yeah.
cannot neglect the other. And so that's my driving force, is when I see people who are, just out of it, I'm just like, yo, come work out. Like, let's go. Like,
Yeah.
let's move our bodies. And
Yeah.
during the pandemic, people through it. They were going through it. They had to sit with themselves, and, they couldn't. And I'm just like, I told friends all the time, like, let's just go work out. Let's just go work out. And so the pandemic is real, where I realized that, like, I really have a passion for this. I have a talent for this, and I have a gift that God has given me to even be able to be so personable with people, to help them. So when you ask me what drives me, it's just to see people do better. I do it. I always have my brother on my mind. And so I just want to help people. I think people deserve to live longer and healthier lives, and I want to be a part of that,
I love
mentally and
it.
physically.
I love it because so many people can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
Grief looks different for all of us, and some of us don't really know what to do with it.
Right.
So it's amazing that you found an outlet, something that was positive, because it's so easy to go the opposite route.
And I started
I love
there.
it.
I'm not going to pretend like I didn't go down that route, because I did.
Yeah.
After my
Yeah.
parents passed, it started there, but I also
Yeah.
remember what fed me. So yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Now, let me ask you something. How did you decide that coaching and physical fitness was your calling? When were you definitive about this?
Honestly, I remember I was at work, and I was getting foreign clients with personal training, and I still have my clients with my job. And then I just remembered, like, I was going so hard in personal training to where like I was neglecting my job a little bit, because I was just so focused on just seeing people get results and them feeling so good about themselves. And not only was it changing their physical health, but it then was changing their mental health, right?
Wow.
So then I was just like, oh, like, I could do both of these. Like, why I gotta restrict myself to one? I can go over here, both of them, right? And so, and
Yes.
obviously I prayed. I talked to God a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, and He's led me down this path. And so I was just like, I don't think that I necessarily chose it. I think it chose me. I think the situations that I was put in and the people that I was engaged in, it was constantly like, you couldn't get away from this even if you want to. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I get that. I
That's
get it.
why I'm here now. Yeah.
Hey, I'm a firm believer, that most of us, we're here based on the grace of God and the prayers of others.
For sure.
So I love that God is, and religion is a guiding force in what you're doing and your calling. You're huge on motivating and inspiring your clientele. Let me know the exact point when you decided to make the mindset element a part of your fitness regimen.
It started when I knew it helped me.
Mm,
I knew that it was what I needed, and
mm,
I know that every person who chooses to make a lifestyle change can benefit from it. There's not
yeah,
one person in the gym that has not suffered from depression, anxiety, all of the above, who can. It's a form of therapy, right? I'm not saying it is therapy, but it is a form of therapy that can be very therapeutic for people. And I want to make sure that if you're trusting me on your journey, I want to be able to provide that for you. I want to be able to provide that space physically and mentally, because even coming to the gym every day is not easy, right?
yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to make. I've never heard a person say, I regret going to the gym today. Never heard
Oh,
it.
ah,
So
okay, I got to get my life together then. I got to. There's no excuse. There's no excuse.
it doesn't
So let me ask you this.
it can be as simple as walking,
Yeah.
just getting your endorphins. You have to be like lifting weights and things like that. Just physical activity as a whole. I've never heard anybody say that they regret it. If you know somebody, send on my way, please. We could have.
Will do. Will do. So let me ask you something. I love how you look at life. the positive outlook that you have on everything that you're doing. What is your personal mantra?
My personal mantra is be walk by faith, not by sight. And that's, I mean, that's all I have, because honestly,
Yeah.
everything that I've is faith driven. There's nothing that I've done since I quit my job that hasn't been pure faith.
Mm.
Times where I don't know if I'm going to make it, I throw up my hands, say a prayer, and let it be. It hasn't forsaken me yet. So,
I love that.
and I will.
I love that. I love that. That's absolutely amazing. So look, when I go on your page, you are working these people, okay? There is no doubt about it. But what I love is that you can tell that you hold yourself to the same standard, if not a standard higher than that. So
Absolutely.
you're not asking them to do anything that you either won't do or haven't done already.
Never.
And I think that's exceptional. So let me ask you something. Let's talk about the challenges that you have throughout the year. What do those look like? Let the people know exactly what it is that you're offering, because you don't play no games. You go hard.
Challenges that, what do you mean?
The challenges that you implement, because I see that you have different things going on the internet.
Yeah. So I offer a few things. So I offer one-on-one personal training, and that's where you can either meet me at the gym or I can meet you at a mutual location. That's face-to-face. I offer one-on-one personal training virtually. So where I can, if you have like a home gym or you're at a local gym and you want to get on kind of like a FaceTime with me, I can take you through a workout. And then I also offer online coaching where I'm just giving you a program and you can go and do it. And then last but not least is my challenges. Now, these challenges, they're not for the week. I'm going to tell you that much. So typically what it is about a 4-week or 21-day hit challenge. I go live on or actually now I'm doing Zoom. So I send out a Zoom link and I'm doing the workout with everybody too. And we go for 45 minutes. We are nonstop hit. 45 seconds on, 30 seconds off, 1 minute break in between, and we are working. And I've seen results from all of that. And so
Wow.
I love.
So it's not for the faint at heart at all.
Nah. But if you're trying to unbig your back real quick, it's something but no, it's fun, and I like that. I like it a lot because you can really see my personality, because I'm doing the workouts as well, and it's high intensity, and it's high intensity, so I love it. But all of my things are great. I think the one-on-one personal training is really good too, because I get to work with you one-on-one, and I love all my clients, and I mean my clients love me too. I hope so.
Yeah, you can tell that you are completely invested in everything that you have going on and in every single client that you have, and that's what makes the program so extraordinary. Now I was watching one of your videos, right? And it looked like you might have had like some pita bread and like you had some avocados. So I'm curious, is nutrition a part of the process? And if so, why?
Nutrition is the process. Let's be honest, like it is the process. I think for years I tried to outwork a bad diet. Can't do it. You just can't outwork a bad diet. And a lot of it's not even so much that it's food is a big part, but what people fail to realize is I think everybody thinks they have to, they're going to be, how do I say this? They have to get rid of everything. But honestly, we really what it comes down to is you have to change your relationship with food, right? Because you don't need chips, right? You want chips. You don't need the soda because you've been doing it for so long to where now you feel like that's the norm for you. So it's really, when it comes to diet, it is hard to change people's mindset because you really have to change your relationship with food. Now, for me personally, I'm going to be competing in a bodybuilding contest on August 5th. So my diet plan is a little more intense than what I would give my clients. Yeah, so mine is a little more intense that my coach made for me that I would give my clients. But it does come to how bad do you want it, and that, because in reality you only spend an hour and a half with me, right? An hour and a half, and so what you're doing that other 23 hours matters, from your sleep to your food to even what you're looking at social media, how much time you're scrolling, all that plays a role. But diet, you can't outwork a bad diet. I tried it.
Wow.
Trust me, I tried it. Me and Olay is
Look, I understand because I have such a bad relationship with tacos and it's hard to break up. So I get that completely. So I'm curious. So in this process of training for this competition, what does your diet look like? I'm just curious.
You want to talk about that? Let me tell you. My diet looks like nothing. meat, meat.
Ooh,
Like,
ooh,
so
ooh, so big on the proteins, huh?
I eat 5 meals a day. I only get carbs in the morning during my oatmeal, and yeah, high protein and vegetables.
Ooh,
That's
ooh, ooh. Now I'm curious. These 5 meals, are these 5 small meals? Because I've heard of that. Like people are eating small meals a day to kind of build up their metabolism. So is that what you're doing? 5 small meals a day?
they're fairly small, but it's just a lot of. So I eat anywhere between 5 and 6 ounces of protein, and then the rest is vegetable. Yes, so it's fairly small, but a lot of protein. It's a lot.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So I'm curious. You have this challenge coming up on August 5th. Now, where is this challenge going to be at?
So my competition is actually going to be in Anaheim during the Fit Expo.
Nice. Nice. So what are your physical fitness goals? What do those look like for you?
Right now is to win this competition. That's my goal. Honestly, is to, and I have to shout out the gym that I work at Fitlosophy, because I've met some amazing people there who actually introduced me into bodybuilding. And so right now my goal is to really just take my body to a level that it's never been.
Mm,
And I'm not, and I have a coach to help me through the process as well. And so I just want to be able, because I think that when you get on that kind of stage, you're part of that
mhm.
1%. You're part of that
Yep.
1%. There's trainers, there's people who train, and then there's people who train.
Yeah.
And so this gym is full of train. And I just want to, I'm trying to, when I started off this year, I said, this is the year of discipline. And it doesn't get more discipline than trying to get to your body to a point where you can go on stage and really show off your physique. So
Yes.
that my body goals right now is to get it to a point where I can go on that stage, win or lose. And my coach told me, he said, even when you walk across that stage, you've already won. And I truly
Yeah.
believe that.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. And look, you were winning when you took that leap of faith, no matter what that looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You started winning at that point immediately. So let me ask you something. I know that you do things virtually. You talked about doing one-on-one coaching sessions via Zoom. How do you keep your clients engaged and motivated in the process, especially those who are interacting with you virtually?
For those ones, I love my virtual clients because it's a lot of I get to coach like a lot more just because I'm having to like really break down what I'm asking them to do, because I can't just show them. But how do
Mhm.
I keep them motivated? It's just, I think, it's crazy because I think people get motivated by results, right?
Yep.
That's part of the issue. And my thing is just like, results don't come overnight. Um, you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. And luckily I've been blessed with more clients who are motivated than clients who are not, who are
Yeah.
self-motivated. But as for me, it's like I have to show up. I have to show up and be ready to put them to work so that even when they're on their worst day, they're going to get the same energy from me day in, day out. Coming, no matter how tired I am, how drained I am coming with you. Like, let's work. You ready? Let's
Yep.
go. If I see them slacking, I don't care. Let's go, because you still got 3 reps to go. You still got 3 more sets. And so I just keep driving. But and it does get difficult because I think that you have to be ready to change your lifestyle. I think one of the things too is like trainers, a lot of times we try to, what I've seen before is you try to force somebody to change their lifestyle, but if they're not ready to change it, it's hard to keep them motivated, because it
Yeah.
really does start with self, and we're there to help you, to hold you accountable, to, you know, um, be your accountability partner, but there's a lot of work on
Yeah.
your end
Yes.
as
And
well.
what I am so enthused by what you're doing is that you are encouraging people to bring their authentic selves to every situation,
Oh, for sure, for
to the
sure.
gym,
Sorry.
to work, to church. You are good to go. But that is what one of the first things that I saw when I went to your page is that, you're really encouraging people to bring their most authentic selves
For
to
sure.
every situation. And you don't get that a lot because some trainers are in it for the money.
Right.
They're in it for the look, but you can tell that this is your passion.
Right.
Which segues into my next question. What was it like turning your passion for fitness into a career? What has that been like?
So you're gonna probably so I look at it as I turn my passion into purpose.
Mm,
Um I
I like that.
so one thing
I
that
like that.
yeah, one thing that I pride myself on is I stopped chasing money because at one point I was chasing money,
Mm,
like
mm,
I need the bag. But no matter how much money you have, if you're not whole inside and you're not serving and doing what your purpose is doing, money comes and goes.
yep.
Money, you make money easily. So when I started chasing my path, my purpose is when I
Mm,
realized purpose was tied to my passion.
mm,
And that has been the driving force for me.
I love
I
it.
started doing things that fill my soul, and this is one of them. And as well as now, I think I was telling you about it. Like I'm starting to go back to um, providing that with youth as well, because that's my purpose. And it's crazy how good I am with the youth.
Yes.
And so,
Yes. I love
God,
it.
yeah, God gave me these gifts, and I have to use them. So I think when I stopped chasing money and stopped doing things for just money, that's
Mhm.
when I was led to my purpose in physical fitness with and tying in mental health with it.
I love that. And everybody, I need for you to get a bar of that, okay? She turned her passion into purpose. Like, for real, we got to put that on a T-shirt because that's the truth. And that's what we're all hoping to do.
Right.
Because life looks different when you turn everything around and you really start living for you.
Yeah.
You really start living for the things that are intangible,
Right.
and what you're doing, it's epic on so many different levels.
Thank you.
And for me, coming from the generation that I come from, and I talked about it earlier, fitness was not something that we talked about, like
Right.
mental health.
Right.
We were taught to kind of get over it, move on, put it in your back pocket, sit on it, but pretty much to let it go.
Right.
And from a physical fitness standpoint, everybody around us is on the move.
Right.
So it wasn't something that was talked about in our households. It wasn't something that was really a priority for us.
Right.
And now to see people like you, people who look like me who are making it a priority, oh, you have no idea how exhilarating it feels. You know what I'm saying? Because you get it.
Right.
And your entire generation gets the whole mental health conversation.
Right.
And it's just extraordinary. And for people from my age group, we're learning.
Right.
And we're grateful to you. You know what I'm saying? Because really, you're teaching us something that wasn't readily available for us.
Right.
So you just talked about doing something for the youth. It is so important because I want the people to know everything about you, okay?
All
What
right.
projects do you have on the horizon? Because I know that you are definitely serving the community in which you live in. What do you have going on?
Yeah. So I have a new business adventure that I'll be branching off to, and it's called Inside Out Movement. And basically, because I come from a background of mental health and I worked with youth between the ages of 3 and 18, um, I want to so let me backtrack. It's called Inside Out Movement. And basically, what I'm doing is I'm going to be helping youth utilize or take all the emotions and the things that they're dealing with on the inside and bring it on the outside in physical movement. So kids that have depression, anxiety, defiant behaviors, whatever that may look like on the realm of mental health, we're going to take those kids and we're going to get them active and getting things to where I'm teaching them through workouts how to communicate with, and I want the parents involved as well. So through workouts, I'm teaching them how to communicate with their parents, with them, take deep breaths when they're getting frustrated, when they feel like they can't complete a task, how to utilize their coping skills to manage their behaviors. So many
Mm,
how to utilize their coping skills through physical fitness. Because I know that I'm passionate about mental health, and I know that I'm passionate about physical health, and I know that I'm passionate about kids and giving back to the community because I didn't have that growing up. And so to bring that all together, I think it's just going to be, especially in the low income areas and the Black and brown communities. I'm so excited. I'm so
yes.
excited.
Look, I'm excited too, okay? I'm not even close. And I'm excited too because we need that.
Yeah.
You know, we don't talk, you know, healthy eating habits.
Right.
We don't talk about nutrition. Those are things that we just don't talk about, you know, especially in Black and brown households. So the fact that you are bringing that entire conversation to the forefront, I commend you for that.
So
What I
I'm really
also
excited.
find,
It definitely
go ahead, go ahead.
heart. No, it's just that it warms my heart. I'm very excited about it because it's very important, you know, and especially like when you said the nutrition, like I'm not just going to be working with the kids. Like you're bringing your caregiver, rather it's a foster mom, dad, grandma, whoever, are coming to the session, and I'm going to teach you guys how to work together. Because a lot of kids who have mental health concerns, they're always deemed as like a bad kid or a trouble kid, and so I want the parents to learn how to communicate with their kids and how to accomplish tasks together. So I'm excited about it. It's cool. It's cool. But I can go on and on about
Look,
that.
hey, and by all means, go on and on about it because I'm excited just by listening to you talk about it because a program like that should be implemented in every neighborhood. It just should be. You know, you shouldn't be in a certain tax bracket to have access to healthy eating. You know, so the fact that you are bringing this to low income communities is absolutely amazing. Let me tell you what is so dope. Since I've been sitting here talking to you, right, I love how your background in mental health has really led you to this place. And the tragedy that you've suffered in life has really motivated you.
For sure.
And that leap of faith that you've taken, you know, so many of us stay stagnant because we just don't believe that we're capable of doing anything other than what we've been doing. If I could bottle your confidence up and sell it, we wouldn't even be having this conversation, okay? like we'd be straight because it's necessary. You know, you turned a negative into a positive. You came from a dark place. And not only did you find the light, but you had a vision to share that with other people. And that doesn't happen often. Like it just doesn't. And to do it at such a young age, mind blowing. Absolutely mind blowing. Let me ask you something. For somebody like me who gained 15, 20 pounds during the pandemic, give or take, you know, there's a lot of tequila going on, a lot of tacos. What advice would you give to anyone who is just beginning this fitness journey?
Honestly, I would say just start. Like it doesn't even have to be anything extravagant, but it could just be as simple as going on a walk for 20 minutes a day. Just doing something to get your body moving. Like I said, it doesn't have to be extreme, but I would encourage somebody just get outside and move. Or do something physically active that you love to do. So some people are like, oh, I like to do yoga. Cool. Go start with yoga. Or I like to do my bike or Peloton or so. Whatever it is that you feel like you can do, I say just choose a task, make it a priority for at least 20 minutes a day, rather it's every day or every other day, at least 3 times a week, and then slowly build off of that. So let's go 1 week. Okay, we got 20 minutes for 3 days. All right, let's go 20 minutes for 4 days next week. And then we start to build on that. But my advice is just start somewhere. I don't care where you are and are in your fitness journey. And even if you haven't seen sweat in years, I don't care. Just start somewhere. It's not too late for anybody, you know? And so I think my only advice would be just start. And even if you can't physically have this, start with your eating, you know, cut your calorie down. Okay. Instead of having that, well, I guess in your case, it's the tacos. Instead of having the tacos, what can we go instead of those tacos, right? Or can we still have a taco, just get rid of the tortillas? You know what I'm saying? So just start. We can all make changes. Drink more water. That's hard for people. Drink more water. Start there. You know?
I love it. I absolutely love it. Now let me ask you another question. Coming from San Diego, did you ever think you would be here right now in this place pushing physical fitness? Did you ever think that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, I will say though, I always saw myself being a mentor to youth. That is something that I did when I was in middle school, and I always knew I had a passion for that. Now, the personal training part, absolutely not. You can tell my in high school, my best friend, she would go wake up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. She lived with me in high school. She would go wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, go run hills. Girl, I'm not going to go run with you. Like, absolutely not. Like, we got practice later. Like, no. And so I was not. I was chunkier in high school. Like all my high school friends was you blew up. You done lost some weight. You done got into the gym. It was not in me. It was not in me.
Wow. Wow.
It wasn't until, like I said, I finished playing basketball and everything hit me like a brick wall.
I
And I
love it.
was forced to self and do healing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know what? We can feel it. We can feel how authentic it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I always ask people this question because, well, I'm going to ask you another question. Do you have any fitness programs for beginners? And if so, how can they get in contact with you? How can they get a bar of what you have going on?
Yeah, I have plenty of beginner workouts. Body weight, dumbbells at home, just straight body. I have plenty of that. And you can just go to my Instagram and you can send me a DM, or you can just log on. I have a website where you can go and check out the website and the different things that I offer. But if you're a beginner and you're just now starting off and you have no background, I would definitely say send me a message on Instagram. I'll set up a phone consult with you and we can get started and talk about, where you started and what are your goals, and I'll be here to help you. So
Yes.
I definitely have people who I've trained all type of fitness levels, other than bodybuilding. That's too much for me, but I've trained all fitness levels. And yeah, so I think my oldest client right now is about, I want to say 67. So I see it
Wow.
all. Yeah. So I see it all. Yeah.
Wow. So there is something for
There's
everyone.
something
Marnesha,
for
please
everyone.
give the people your website address, okay? Because I know it's somebody on here, they're going to want to tap in.
Yeah.
So please let
Yeah.
them know
Yeah.
what your website
So
address
it's
is.
www.mhallathletics.com. Simple as
Okay.
that.
I will make sure to leave that in the
Yeah.
bio so
Yeah.
that people can get in contact with you. Marnesha, before I ask you this last question, I can't stress enough how grateful I am.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're busy, but more than anything, as a woman of color, as a woman who is pushing being middle aged, I see what you're doing and you make it look so easy and you make it look effortless. But more importantly, your aura. It's positivity and you can feel it. You can see it as soon as you hit the page. And I love the quotes that you have, because it lets me know that you are really tied into what you're doing. And it's absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
want to tip my hat to you because you're really giving back to the community. You haven't forgotten where you came from. And so often when we get caught up in this rat race we call life, it's easy to really forget all of those things that we left behind. So I love that you are reaching back and giving back. And that's absolutely awesome.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
I'm a firm believer of never forgetting where you come from, because this all shapes you. You may not be that same person that you were yesterday, 2 hours ago, whatever it is, but
yep.
never forget what you went through, because those steps are the steps that led you to where you are today. And I'm a firm believer in that. And as much as I used to regret having to go through what I've gone through, I thank God for putting me through it every single day,
You know what?
because I've
I can
grown.
I can feel your evolution. Like I
Yeah,
can feel it while I'm sitting here talking to you. I can feel your evolution. And I'm sure that anyone who knows you from back then that knows you now can see the growth.
for sure.
And it is exceptional.
For sure.
One last question before I let you go, because
You
this
girl, we got
interview,
22 minutes. Got time. No.
first of all, your energy is contagious, okay? Like real talk, your energy is contagious and it's infectious. What advice would you give to the younger you? The younger you that grew up in San Diego, the younger you that didn't see any, really real fitness role models around them. What advice would you give to the younger you?
Oh, that's deep. That's a deep question. I need to drink some water on that one. Hold on.
Take your time. Take your time.
No, what advice would I give to the younger me? The advice that I would give to the younger me is honestly, never give. For the younger me is never give up on yourself. Always be true to yourself. And even when nobody understands you or sees the passion behind what you're doing, follow it anyway, because there's going to be something on the brighter side. On the other side. I, I, think when I was younger, I, was afraid to be my authentic self because of the judgment that I may get from other people, or because I knew that I was always a very like intense person. I shied away from being like the deep thinker that I was and the overanalyzer that I was because people knocked me when I did. And so I would say my advice would to be anything that you want to do, go out and do it. Plant all your seeds, and whatever catches and whatever grows, follow that. Because that has been my biggest driving force to just
Wow. Now,
everywhere. And then whatever
now,
grows, grows.
now I'm gonna take that a step further. For that little black girl, that little brown girl, that's in Southeast San Diego right now, that is struggling with her body image. She's on the internet all day long, and everything that she's seeing looks like the opposite of who she is. What advice do you have for that little girl?
To be, I'm gonna let you guys know that I was that little girl. We didn't have internet, but I was that little girl who was very ashamed of her body. I got made fun of it all the time, and so my advice to that little girl is to find beauty within yourself. Every day, look in the mirror and tell yourself something that's beautiful about you. Rather it's I love my eyes, I love my lips, I love whatever it is. Write your self affirmations. Repeat those affirmations to you on a day-to-day basis. Speak it out loud, because the more you speak it out loud, the more it becomes true inside. And to understand that the beauty is the eyes of the beholder, right? So as long as you see yourself as beautiful, that's all that really matters, because the world is going to break you. No matter what you try to do in life, the world is going to try to break you. And you have to be strong within yourself to push forward and to persevere, because it's harsh. You know, it is harsh. And social media, I know I feel for the younger kids nowadays, because social media is so, people make it feel so real, but it's not.
Yep.
You know, that's only half of
Yep.
people's that's only half of people's reality. And so my advice would be not to compare yourself to others, but find the beauty that's within yourself. And start with some affirmations.
I love it. I love it. I think that we are all blessed that you have found the beauty within yourself, and that you're paying it forward, and that you are elevating people. You know what I'm saying? And that you are blessing those around you. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you took time out of your schedule. I'm grateful that you really laid this on us, because again, in our demographic, we don't see that a lot.
Right.
And the fact that you are so committed to what you're doing and your energy is so contagious, it makes us all want to jump in. I want to exercise. Yes.
Come on over.
Hey, look, we coming. We are coming. There
Oh,
is no doubt about it, okay?
And I have group classes that I now offer on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the gym. So I allow up to 8 people to come in, but it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you ever in the Long Beach area and you want to come and join a class on Tuesdays and Thursdays,
Yes.
sign up.
Yes. And hey, let them know what the name of the gym is. Where are you located? Because somebody's coming. There's no doubt about it.
I don't know the address, but it's called Fitlosophy Gym. It's in Long Beach, California. I believe it's like 3599 North Los Coyotes Boulevard. But anyways, it's on my page. So you can, if you head to my Instagram page or even on my website, the location is there. Everything you need to know about the gym. There's pictures of the gym and everything is there. Yes, so I'm located, and that's where you can find me.
I love it. Marnesha, thank you so much. You are absolutely amazing. Look, the sky is the limit as it pertains to you and everything that you are doing. You are blessing people, and thank you for blessing us.
Of course.
And this is not our last conversation.
Right.
Not at all.
Right. Yeah, but before I leave, I remember you said at the beginning that there's a lot of people out there that are kind of dangling with taking that leap of faith. This is your what is it? This is your whatever it is. Do it. I'm telling you.
Well, you're just reaffirming. You are validating whatever they thought.
The affirmation that you needed, whatever it is, I would say do it. And it's not going to be easy, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. You won't regret it. Rather, no matter what, you'll always come out of it a better person. So take that leap of faith, whatever it is that you want to do, and just start planting seeds. Start planting seeds wherever you go. Something is bound to grow. Plant those seeds, water those seeds, and watch it grow. That's going to be my only
Yes.
thing. So
Look, I
thank
love
you.
it. You all do not forget to check out Marnesha. She is a fitness coach, a wellness coach, and she is well on her way. And when you see what she's doing, you are going to immediately want to be a part of it. Marnesha, thank you. You are
Thank you.
absolutely amazing. Continue on this journey to wellness. And hey, we're going to be watching you.
All right.
We're going to be checking in on you for sure.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one. Thank you.
Love what you're doing here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Always.
All right.
All right.